Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today we're going to go over how you would replace your brakes and rotors on a GLA Mercedes-Benz. And this is the passenger side, and it has a sensor on it for your wear sensor. So I'll tell you how to take it off and how to get to there. First, you would jack up the car, put it on supports so that it doesn't fall down. And also, you take the front tire off of the passenger side and the other side when you get ready to go and do that. Recommended that you would replace both at the same time, but I'm going to show you how to replace the passenger side. So the passenger side, like I said, we're going to jack it up, remove the tire, and if you turn it to the right, then you get better access to get to the stuff you need to. So back here, it'll be an image, but there's two 14mm bolts, and this way you can take the whole caliper off. There's bolt one. Next one down here, lower to the bottom. There you go. So we've loosened that, and see it's kind of top down. Might as well undo this. This is your sensor, your speed, or not speed sensor, this is your brake wear sensor. And if it goes on, it's definitely telling you you're got not a whole lot of brake left. And this is very close to the life expectancy. So you might be able to pull it off. If not, what you need to do is, because we're replacing everything in here, we're not too worried about what happens, but you just can kind of get a screwdriver or whatever you get in there to kind of push this piston back a little bit, and then that way you should be able to pull this off. Okay, and pull that off. Then we can ease that off, because we're going to reuse that when we put the new brakes on. Now we have the sensor here. Just go ahead and take it out of there. You get a nice, set this up here a little bit. Just want to make sure you're not getting your brake cable up here doesn't have a lot of, you're not stretching it and not putting it into a kink. So we just want to make sure that this is not completely stretching. Maybe undo this there. They do make, there are some heavy duty kind of like a hanger deal you can hang it with. We can actually just set this on here, and we're going to be right here working so that it shouldn't fall down. Number one, we want to pop this one out. You just push it toward the back, pop it out, and see it's got these little squeeze tabs that are holding it in there. And so we pull that out and move that. Then we need to get this piston to push back. You could use a C-clamp between here, or you can get this. This is just a general tool, but you can get this. And so to use this, depending on how it works, or how your caliper works, but you got to kind of pull it this way, or at least you have to be able to kind of get it up in here at an angle. Right. And then that sits just like the old brake pad, front brake pad, and then we just tighten this and push that brake pad that is there and push it back, and it'll push the piston back at a good smooth motion. See? Bottom out, they've been all pushed back, then you just go ahead and release this and loosen it all the way back up. And see where this sitting is where the old brake, or the brake would have been sitting, and then you're just pushing against that, and so it's all this one piece. This piece is the carrier that slides back and forth, and so if you try to push on that, you'll just separate the whole carrier mechanism. That brake pad out, we've removed it. One thing, you're going to want to clean this up a little bit with either a screwdriver or some wire brush. Try to get as much simple corrosion off of that we can. Like I said, you could use a wire brush, but these actually came off fairly easily, so you're still going to get good slidability out of them. So those have been removed. Let's get our new ones put into place. Alright, so we take the new ones. You can put a little dab of disc brake caliper grease, just a teeny bit on these points. I put it on this. Put it on this where these little tabs come into contact. Just gives it a little easier slidability. But generally, it's this carrier that slides back and forth. But it doesn't hurt to have a little bit on there, just a teeny bit. It's a very high temp stuff. So then you're going to put it in, and if you pull the brake pad up toward, say, the top of the car, because of the way it's sitting, it'll smash the clamps, those connectors down, and it'll set it in there, and it'll be nice and snug. So we've got that one in and situated. Now we'll go ahead and put this one in. Same method. Just gonna set it in, pull it up. So you squeeze that tab, just slide it until you hit the carrier there. That's good. This is where it come in helpful to have a hanger to hold this up. See, so this is going to be a T30 here. It's a screw to hold this on when you take out the lug bolts. It's not on every vehicle, but on this vehicle it has it because the lugs go in and go in there. If you have studs on here, you generally might not have this. But this is a stud that comes from the tire itself and goes in there. So you're going to want to loosen this. Sometimes they can be a little bit tough, and you can break them off. And if you do break it off, you would do whatever method you can get it out, or you can just drill the top off to be able to get this apart. It's just it's a helpful, but if you have like the lugs liner upper things, you wouldn't really have to worry about this. It doesn't do much once you've got the bolts in. It's really just to help you there. So on this bolt, for sure, I like to put just a teeny dab of anti-seize thread to keep the corrosion out, so that when you go to take it off again, you know, changing your brakes again, you can potentially get this out. And you just snug that up, nothing crazy tight, because like I said, it's just a help aid to keep that on, so that when you go ahead and put your tire on and everything, it's easier to put it on. I'm going to take our caliper, lay it back in through here, right? Put our bolts. So one thing you're going to look at is you've got these rubber grommets here, and these cover the carrier bolts that go in here, and there's a grease on them in there. You just want to see that these are sliding smoothly. If they weren't, you can take these off, and then you can take you can undo them with a wrench and a wrench here and a wrench here, and undo it and pull these whole carrier bolts out. Also, when you have it completely apart without the brakes in there, this will come, you can pull this completely off. But you would put a little bit of that disc caliper brake, which is a very high temperature grease, on there. You don't want to put too much, because if you put too much, it actually keeps it pushing out. And if it's pushing out, it's going to make your brakes ride and mess them up. But you just want to see that these are sliding smoothly, and probably do it better when you don't have the brakes on. But yeah, they move nice and smooth. You just want to make sure that these dust boots are still kept on their little indent in the catch, right? And then we're going to put this sensor back in. It's the wear sensor. And if it was completely worn off, then you would have to get a new one. So there was a little clip that had come off, so I was making sure that that went back on properly. And just go push that in there, and it clips in there, goes right in that little indent in there, and just sits there for future. And then just go ahead and push this connector on, and that's how that's all put back together. And so that's how you would change the brakes on your GLA Mercedes-Benz. A couple of reasons why you would replace your brakes, besides they're going to be completely worn, and you would replace the rotors, is because the rotors they can wear unevenly, and when you hit the brakes, you get that pulsating motion. That's meaning that the rotors have been warped. You can get them turned sometimes, and that's where they put them on a lathe, metal lathe, and they turn them and make them smooth again. But a lot of times there's not a whole lot of places that want to do that anymore, so you just buy new rotors and put them on and do both sides. Good thing too is to kind of wipe this down. If there was any oily residue due to the shipping, however, you'd wipe that clean. And then you would just go ahead and let's see, first, so we've done this side, and this side on the passenger side is the side that has the wear sensor, and we put that back in there. So the other side is exactly the same. You do all the same method, but it doesn't have the wear sensor. And reasons you replace the rotor, right? You see this is the indent from your original brakes, and it creates a big lip on the top here. So you could just slap new brakes on there. They're not very recommended, and it'll just make even a bigger lip, and it burns your brakes up faster than if you replace them. And you can see on the back here of this rotor, definitely had a big groove and all this corrosion that's happening. So it's a good thing to just replace these. So as you see, so this is the driver's side. Everything has been done over here. We've got our screw in there. We've got our new brakes on here. And same, like I said, it was the same process, just minus that little sensor. And that's what you do. And you generally always replace both sets, both fronts at the same time, as well as you would do both backs at the same time. Not that you have to do all four at the same time, but if you're replacing one axle on the front, do both sides, and the same on the back. And you see we've got this rotor, it's got a lot of the same wear, and the same thing going on the back. Still fairly even wear, but if you slap new brakes on there, it would burn them up in no time. So that's how you'd replace your brakes on your GLA Mercedes-Benz. And it's so you would be done with the brakes, go ahead and put your tires back on and lower your car, and then you would pump the brakes a few times to get those calipers to smash back up against this, and then you'll be good to go driving down the road, and be able to stop with good stopping power. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.